the help of our more than 5,000 language experts. Thank you.
My name is Biren Ghosh. I've been a friend, philosopher, and mentor to them over the last few days. I also helped in recommending, along with many others, a number of startups, and then we chose, I think, 5 magnificent ones who did an outstanding job this morning and have really reached out to hearts and minds. Very simply, I think the media industry is, of course, powered by creative talent. But behind that creative talent, what has changed constantly, and the reason I said that my company is a 106-year-old startup, is every 5 to 7 years, the technology changes completely. And therefore, I think what you're seeing here is India's version of bringing to Cannes what is truly disruptive in our space. Starting from the metaverse to starting to new technologies that are going to use data and artificial intelligence. And we have people from the OTT sector and so on. So I think what you're going to hear from them, and we're going to ask them for their views on this, maybe starting on our left again, is what did you come here to achieve? How was the pitching session? Did it open certain doors? Did it give you some new experiences? And what can happen in future festivals like this, not just on the film side, but where else would you like to go in order to embrace the metaverse with Powered by India initiatives?
It's a pretty question, Biren. So a few things are very, very clear. It definitely opened new doors because we could work, that metaverse and Web3, is the new horse of which India will lead on to the rest of the world. And for the long, long time, we had been followers, right? Web3 is bringing us to the leadership position, which with Polygon and all these we have already seen in the Web3 space, and that's precisely what we want to do with our product Party Night. And here we are largely to look for media houses, production houses, and people who are looking for India as a market, and bring them in a permissionless distribution system, which is again our metaverse. And then we have been successful so far because this platform has given us enough reach. Amplification has been there from the Doordarshan side, from NFDC side, from CII side, from the government ministry directly. So there has been enough buzz, and that's what exactly startups look for. And yeah, madam spoke to us personally, and made sure that we come here and present the new India to the world. And I think the pitching session was good enough, showcase what India brings to the table, not just what Cannes brings to India or the platform like this brings to India, what India brings to the world. And I think, I would personally say that all the 5 pitches, including mine, we could showcase the power of the platform. And we would definitely like to be part of many more, such platforms where, there is entertainment and media industries are, and figure out our synergies with them.
Thank you. Neerja Shekhar, Additional Secretary from Ministry of Information Broadcasting. And she took a great interest in shortlisting the startups. And after a lot of brainstorming and getting the experts' advice, and we could finally identify these 5 startups so that India can be presented as an AVGC hub, and especially who can contribute in a big way in the post-production work. So now I'll request Neerja ma'am to just share the experience about this.
Yes, first of all, congratulations to all of you for a wonderful pitching session out there. This was something we were really, really looking forward to, because when we started this partnership with Marche, this was one of the components that we were supposed to undertake. And we did take a lot of industry help and advice to find the best amongst the startups that we have to bring here. And I'm very happy to share that there were many, and the choice was very difficult to make, because there is a huge ecosystem out there working in this area, in the A, V, G, and C sector, working in this area. And we were very happy to have a huge list out of which we chose the best that we felt were the best. I'm sure there are many, many other ones who also need our support. And we've been talking to the Marche people. The Cannes next element has been introduced recently to the Marche site, and we hope we can bring more of our startups to the Cannes Festival next year and onwards. And there are a number of other platforms where we can showcase the best that we have in India and the upcoming projects that we have in India, in Annecy and other festivals that we have across the world. So we have industry partnership, we have you, all of you with us, and we wish you the very best. And do also suggest to us what you would like us to do, because how the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting looks at the media and entertainment sector. So the startups that are working in the media and entertainment ecosystem are the ones that we would like to push and showcase in various international and national platforms. So all our support for you, and wish you the very best.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Before I pass it on to them for completion, I think also it would be appropriate to say that a lot of work is going on to help the future of these young people in the National Center of Excellence, which is in draft stage now. But I think the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, as the Minister and the Secretary has announced before, is going to be something that will really help to multiply the kind of opportunities that young people have. And ma'am is quite right. I got many phone calls from those who did not get selected. I'd say your time is coming. Just wait for some time, because everybody is so excited about this, and we must really thank the ministry for putting this platform together. May I then ask you to continue in the same vein to say, what were your expectations? What did you learn from Cannes? How is it going to benefit you? And what can we do more in the future?
Hi everyone. So I'm from Verbal Labs, and the pitching session was really great. We met other founders, and it's been really great meeting other people who came to Cannes looking for opportunities, looking for synergies, and I think it will go on, and we made some connections, and it will definitely help our business. And we have also learned what are the new technologies coming in the AV space.
May I ask you to give your comments on the same lines?
So first of all, thank you so much for giving us this platform to showcase the cutting edge made in India technology that we are building, which is now we are able to showcase to the entire world. And certainly this is such a, I'm so honored to be here, and this stage has provided a big platform where we can not only explore within, India, but to international market, where the technology, the AI technology that we are building, how it can help filmmakers in production or post-production using the tools that we are building. So this has been amazing. Thank you.
So if you were to go to the next Cannes Film Festival next year, or another festival which we all put together at India platform on, number one, is it beneficial to go as a body collective? And number two, what would you do differently?
Of course, we should go collectively. And what I would do differently, I'll probably set up a lot of meetings before coming here itself. So yeah, but.
The idea of exposing you all to this platform is you understand how the system works. And indeed, a lot of homework has to be done, and also a lot of follow-through has to be done subsequent to this. So we learn how offers are made, how we take it further, whether we legalize it, or what kind of understandings we have later. This is very, very essential that we bring you all and you learn from each other.
So would you like to share, the conversation that we had? What would you do the next time you went to a market like this, and what will you do after a market like this?
Okay, so after the market, definitely, as ma'am told, we have to follow up, we have to be in touch. It's not just for today, it's for lifetime that synergies can be there. And also for me, personally, I just arrived yesterday, so I would like to come earlier as soon as the market is open or the festival is started, so that I could take more opportunities.
So, in first part of the question, is certainly coming up as a collective is a big help, because otherwise finding connection becomes really, really hard. So it's not only showcasing ourselves through international media, but only finding connection within and finding those synergies that exist, that could have been there, but we just never had an opportunity to explore those. So those are really interesting and important aspects of coming together. And the other thing is that coming at such a big stage also brings so many new ideas that I didn't even think of where the application of my technology would come in, and people coming in, from global markets to ask, how can they use this kind of a technology. So this is something really interesting that I've found, and as I said that prior setting meetings is something that would really help. So figuring out who are those people we can actually go and talk and form collaboration would certainly help, and something that I would also do differently.
I'll go back this way. Ma'am has to leave here. So I'll go back this way in this order. When I first came here 22 years ago, I used to fix 6-8 meetings. They were very helpful. I met a lot of people. But come back here. But the very interesting thing is that my first businesses got concluded in my second and third visit from people I had met socially and not in the meetings. So I think one of the things I wanted to ask you, the fact that we had these evening sessions and mixers and people were more relaxed and with beverages it becomes a nice way to connect. Did you find that to be the case also, that this kind of social networking really, because we are in a relationship business. So would you like to say a few words about that, and you start and then her and then him?
No, absolutely. I have to agree here. I think the key aspect of forming any collaboration is to actually establish a relationship. So, and it won't really foster if we really don't know the person, and such event actually becomes a gateway to the business side of things. So it certainly helps a lot.
So yeah, it's really, really important. And when you meet with people, you know them. So it's not just that you'll get business from them directly. It's also through connections. They have a friend in need. They have any agency in need, so they would refer. So it has really helped. It has always helped in the past, and I think it will continue.
Yeah, you're talking to the guy who's actually created Metaverse, where I'm actually talking about living, breathing social media, living, breathing Facebook, Tinder and all, where I would probably take you to the bar first and then, have the conversation, get going instead of just seeing something and sending a link request or something like that. So that's precisely what I'm doing in my Metaverse. So of course, these leisurely meetings and these, casual catch up are far more, far better sources of connecting in the longer term and everything. So yeah.
So last comments, and I think we're just the purpose was to just make sure that we got a feedback from each of you. So in the going forward, right? Do you think that India is starting up in a very big way, and the idea of doing things like this for all the people at the market, but certainly for the startups, is that you can't bring the whole of India to the world. So we also need to bring in forums, like our festival in Goa. We also need to bring the world to us. So would you say that we should probably look at a separate startup zone in the festival and work with NFDC and ministry in the future, so that many more than 5 can participate, and actually we can show that power, because the energy from startups is very infectious, and both people of all ages, all genres, and on all technologies, they embrace it. So what is your thought about how do we multiply our opportunity for you to meet people and for people to meet you?
Absolutely. In fact, there should be a directory also, which should be part of such thing. Even if 15 startups are coming, the list of 1,500 startups should be there in the searchable directory form somewhere. And that should be presented to the world, because not everybody can be or can afford to, or in whatever way possible. So the thing is, the representation should be not just be of the startups who arrived there for by paying something or by being selected by the government, but at the same time the entire list should be accessible to people, because that's what any startup, and startup I can say can be as big as Technicolor, right, or this thing we should have some showcase, other than that, other than just a simple representation. And if possible, their show reels and their other work can be, consolidated and kept, over there. That would really, really help, rest of the people. So
thank you so much for that.
I think it's a fantastic idea to actually have multiple startups within India to be hosted at such film festivals, because what it can enable is that otherwise we have a lot of technology coming up and things happening. But this opens up a new dimension for the filmmakers also, who otherwise would not even go and explore the kind of technologies that exist there and that can help them. So certainly it would be a tremendous thing that can boost entrepreneurs as well to showcase their abilities, and also filmmakers also and production houses, how can they leverage technology to ease off their lives.
Yeah, even I think the same. It's very, very important, and it would be really great if there would be a separate startup session, as you are saying, in different film festivals that we are hosting. So,
Hold it closer.
yeah. So, it could be a really great idea so that more and more startups can come, interact with people, and other people can also get to know about the new technologies in the market.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that I had the opportunity and the request that I should come and conduct a mentoring session for all of you. It was absolutely not required. All of you were so fantastic, all 5 of you. In fact, I must say this, that instead of mentoring you at the end of it, I was trying to say, hey, maybe I should invest in you guys. It was so spectacular. And while before we wrap up, anyone wants to make one quick comment to the startups? Anything wise that we want to say?
Opportunities are very good. In fact, 5 startups from India has got an opportunity today, and we have plenty of startups in India who can utilize such platforms. So just to say a personal experience that we have a startup from Karnataka which we have brought here, and we have been benefited from that in the market in the last 3 days. We have developed a web portal where the whole world can see the locations of India. They can choose which location they want to shoot, and we were there to liaison that and execute the entire line production of the shoot, including supporting working with the governments and stuff like that. For the startup, already back into my state, we have got the funding from the state government, and this also has helped me a lot in stuff like that. So there are many different types of startups which is benefiting, and this is the place to be there.
Thank you very much for that comment. So I think we'll end on the point that I want to first finally say that, in NFDC, we have the platform to support platforms. And therefore, what I would like to say is, I would ask him to just say a few words in conclusion, because we want him to be the mega platform for the metaverse and the universe and the current verses and the future verses.
No, in fact, we are really excited to see the excitement on their faces. So we have very well noted their suggestions and the feedbacks, and all the suggestions we'll try to incorporate in the International Film Festival of Goa also, so that all the budding entrepreneurs who are in the pipeline, so that they are also getting benefited in the future. And I extend my best wishes for all their future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.